speaking of your beautiful wife, Diamond of Dreams.
Yes.
Give me an update on where we're at with Diamond of Dreams. You guys are moving it.
Yeah. So excited. So the RFQ is actually out as we speak for the PAL project and the Diamond of Dreams. They're going to be coincide because they're construction at the same time. So they are out. It closes on August 15th. We've had a lot of interested parties involved. We had that, I don't know what it's called, but something you would know, Troy, better than me, but it's almost like a pre-construction meeting where they invite the potential people that are going to bid on this to come to the PAL. There was, I think,
nailed it. It's a pre-con.
Yeah, 5 or 6 businesses or different vendors were there, and they asked some very good questions. And I was very stern. You know how I am, is that if you're coming here to make $1 million off a project for kids and special needs kids, you got the wrong sheriff, because I'm going to call you out and don't waste my time. But we had some great responses. So it closes out on the 15th. Kendall has a design up and running with a couple different quotes of just people just sending us quotes because they're interested, but on just the playground alone. And they're all very similar, around $1.2 million on this special needs playground for children. And then we formed Kendall and I formed a group of local builders, TBL, Tyler Lee Construction, or Tyler Lee and his brother James, Bill Lonnie Construction, and then Kylie Turner Construction. We got them all together saying, hey, let's build the bathrooms for Kendall's special needs kids, because they're going to have changing rooms for adults in there, and washrooms for adults in there, and then a pavilion attached, which is what TBL Construction, Tyler Lee and his boys built down there for Home Again St. John's. So we're super excited. So we think we can actually fund that.
They were the city project on 207.
That's it. Yeah, right there at the Dixie.
Yeah.
Yep. So we want that same pavilion Kendall does attached to some bathrooms. And then, of course, we've had some people step up and say they want to donate the base of the baseball field. Florida Carter, which is, of course, a big company out of Jacksonville, owned by a mom and dad and a former the grandfather who passed away. They want to do the base as a donation. So Kendall is still raising funds. We got a $10,000 check the other day. We had a great time with Fire It Up with, of course, the firefighters, Chris Stewart and Bradley Cooper. I mean, they raised $17,500 for Kendall's project. So she's continuing to fund, but we believe we got it almost funded for the entire project, and we're going to build something that is going to be the best in probably Northeast, if not the state of Florida. It's going to be amazing for these children.
Yeah, that's so cool.
See, and that's beautiful. Like, I've been here for so long, and you know, with PAL.
Yeah.
I was on the very first PAL.
Yes, sir.
That was here, and I was on the very first. So I was on the Field of Dreams too. I mean, it shows my age.
Yeah.
But it's amazing where it's at, where it's at, and you got to be very proud of where your police athletic.
Oh my goodness, I'm so proud. Yeah. And you know, it's always scary as a sheriff, because I won't be here forever, you know, and I hope the next sheriff, he or she that comes in has the same vision and understands that we don't want to lose these momentum we have, because the projects will be done for the next sheriff coming in when the county says I'm done with my terms. And I hope that he or she understands that this is the vision that we had. A lot of us had it for years and years and years, and we have the funding finally. We have 5.9 for the PAL project, and Kendall has raised just under $3 million for her project, A Diamond and Dream. So it is coming to fruition. It's exciting, and we should be. The builders have been very positive about breaking ground for the ball fields, including Kendall's project, around the end of this year. Super excited. It's emotional, to be honest with you.
Yeah, because I mean, Mike Dillion.
He was amazing, man.
Back in the 90s, you know, when we actually kind of had it going already, and then Mike came in as a reserve officer, and then became part-timer, became the PAL, and now he's national. He's a national director of police athletic league, coming from this area, and I mean, that started in 1991.
Yeah, he's got a gift.
And Mike, you know, proud of where he was at.
Yeah.
Wish he was a little more organized when he was here. Hopefully he's got people down there that's doing it right for him. But I love the guy, and his heart was amazing. And it was always about the kids, and the people you have working there continued that, which is, you know, super
excited. Yeah. You know, what's funny is you know, God works in mysterious ways. Ken and I were down in Miami just a few weeks ago for some meetings down there, and we rented these stupid bikes outside the hotel, you know, because there was a little gifts there. Regular, you know, people are gonna be excited, super excited, but it's actually a bicycle you have to pedal. Anyway, so we rented this bike. Well, I didn't realize that South Miami Beach has some beautiful sidewalks along and boardwalks. So Ken and I, of course, you know, she's been in much better shape than I am. We get on the bicycles, and we end up riding 8 miles down this sidewalk north of Miami. We started Miami Beach and ended up way up in northern Miami, kind of thing. And at the end, we just stopped to do a turnaround, and there is this playground. So we just do your turnaround. I'm like, my God, it's a special needs playground. We ended up getting off our bikes and going there, and it was Kendall's vision at a smaller scale of what she wants to do in St. Augustine. It was wheelchair ramps all the way to the highest part. There was slides for kids in wheelchairs, and all of these things that they can do, these sensory things in there where they can touch and feel and smell. And it was emotional, and it's exact flooring that she wants, which is a rubberized, where every kid in a wheelchair or crutches, or maybe if they're amputees, or they can get where they want to on that playground. And it just came to us. It got emotional. We kind of hugged each other. It was like, your vision is right here in your face, coming together. Yeah.
You're doing the right thing.
It's going to happen.
All right. Another thing that's sitting out there, and we're talking about special needs. There's a House Bill 711.
711,
is the number.
Yes, sir.
And it has to do about autism alerts.
Yeah.
How does that change how you guys handle it? I mean, it looks very similar to an Amber Alert to a Silver Alert.
Yeah.
How do you just kind of place this in that same wheelhouse, or is there something a little different in this component?
Yeah, so it's a little different. Of course, it's the Spectrum Alert, and that actually it's going to fall very similar to what you said, the Amber Alert, the Purple Alert, and all those alert systems are actually controlled and regulated by the Florida Department of Law Enforcement, which is great. It's good oversight. It's good quality control by them. Of course, when and if and where you pull the trigger on who actually meets the criteria for, in this situation, the Spectrum Alert. So these are, I call this our special population, because we look from the outside sometimes and maybe that's the norm and we're not the norm, right? But with that, we've come a long way. So, of course, these children and adults, of course, with these special needs, wander off, of course, because of their autistic abilities, I would say. I don't think it's a disability, it's an ability. So with that being said, this gives us additional training regulated by the Florida Department of Law Enforcement, funding for that training. And then additionally, what it does is give that additional, when you see a Spectrum Alert, automatically that it is a special needs child or adult that is missing, per se. And what that does is give us the ability to use that alert, as you know, use your cell phones, use your home phones, and use that technology that we normally can't use to put that alert to you immediately, looking for he or she, per se. So this is exciting times for us. It took effect July 1st of this year, so it's in effect as we speak. Waiting on, of course, all the kind of pieces to fall into place as far as like the training goes, and because it has to be approved by the Criminal Justice and Standards and Training Commission, which is under the Florida Department of Law Enforcement. So again, we're super excited. It's another great tool for us to use. We have been very, very successful here in St. Johns County with our scent kits. If you have, of course, a special person in your household that, either wanders off or loses a sense of direction and ability to stay in the home, we have scent kits, which are I believe, are bloodhounds under Melanie Merritt and Nick Cooper. Those two dogs are some of the best in the country. We've proven it with fines, but also too, so you have the scent kit that you keep in your refrigerator, which is a direct scent of the person that has those special needs or abilities. And then additionally too, as well, is that we are now marking them in our system as, they wander off. So now we have a better response of getting there and finding these children and adults sometimes quicker based on these alerts.
All right. Can you text me that who that contact person is? Because I would like to post it on the
for the scent kit. Yep. No problem at all. Yeah.
Because obviously we don't have one in our house, and we need one in our house.
It's too easy. Yeah, they're free. We pay for them. It's just one of the tools. Again, I'm a big fan of, let's have multiple tools, and then one of those should work. And as you know, too, Troy, I think we talked about this years ago. We do have the Safe Track kit too, as well, which is that band we can put on he or she that we can track with the old RF output, which is pretty powerful. And that again is housed by our agency under Robin Plant. So we'll get you all that stuff. It's too easy.
No, that'd be great.